Kethar had always believed that his loyalty to the Emperor would be his guiding star in times of darkness. But as the events unfolded on Cestus Prime, he was forced to confront the harsh reality of a war against those he once called brothers. The traitor forces had risen up, tainted by the taint of chaos, and the fortress they once called home was now the epicenter of a storm of corruption and madness. The planet of Cestus Prime had been a bastion of the Imperium's might, a fortress world where the Emperor's soldiers trained for battle. It was a place of honor where the faithful stood watch against the threats of the universe. But that honor was slipping away, consumed by the shadow of chaos. Kethar could feel it, annoying at his very soul as the vile forces of the warp crept through every crevice of the planet. It was here, on Cestus Prime, that Kethar's resolve would be tested. He had been summoned to the surface by his superior officers, a dire message delivered by an intercepted transmission. The fortress was under siege, not just from external threats, but from within. Chaos had already infiltrated, twisting the minds of some of his own men, turning them into enemies. It was a nightmare, one he never thought possible. The traitors were led by Lord Valdrak, once a hero of the Imperium. Kethar had fought beside him in countless battles, each one a testament to Valdrak's skill and bravery. But now, the man he had respected was a puppet of the Chaos Gods, a tool of the very darkness they had sworn to fight against. And it was Kethar's duty to end it. The journey to the surface was fraught with peril. The air was thick with the smell of burning flesh and the acrid stench of warp-tainted corruption. As Kethar's squad moved deeper into the heart of the fortress, the walls seemed to close in around them. The once pristine halls of the fortress were now cracked and stained, blood dripping from the walls like the very essence of chaos had seeped into its foundation. With each step, Kethar could feel the tension in his squad building. The men and women who fought by his side had always been unwavering in their devotion to the Emperor, but now doubt crept into their hearts. Were they too being corrupted by the forces of chaos? Could they survive this war and remain true to their oath? The deeper they moved into the fortress, the more Kethar could sense the presence of chaos. He had always been trained to recognize the signs, the twisted faces of the once loyal soldiers, their eyes filled with madness, their movements jerky and unnatural. Some of them still bore the markings of the Emperor's symbol, a cruel reminder of the men they had once been. Now, they were nothing but vessels for the dark powers that had claimed them. Then, at the heart of the fortress, Kethar came face to face with Valdrak. The traitor lord stood before him, surrounded by his corrupted followers. His armor was a mockery of the once pristine plate he had worn in service to the Emperor. The once noble insignia had been defiled, replaced with the twisted sigils of the Chaos Gods. Kethar's heart clenched at the sight. "Why, Valdrak?" Kethar asked, his voice thick with emotion. "Why betray everything we fought for?" Valdrak's laughter was hollow, filled with a madness that sent a chill down Kethar's spine. "You still don't understand, Kethar. The Emperor is dead. We serve only the true power now, the power of chaos, the power that will bring about the end of this broken universe. You, too, will see the truth in time." Kethar's chainsword roared to life as he stepped forward, his resolve hardening. "I will never serve chaos. You are a traitor, and you will pay for your sins." The battle that followed was fierce. Kethar and his squad fought with the fury of the righteous, cutting through the corrupted soldiers of Valdrak with relentless precision. But as the battle raged on, Kethar couldn't shake the feeling that this war was different. It wasn't just about fighting traitors. It was about fighting the very essence of corruption itself. Valdrak fought like a man possessed, his every strike infused with the dark energies of the warp. His blows were heavy and vicious, and it took all of Kethar's skill to parry them. But even as they clashed, Kethar could see the truth in Valdrak's eyes, the emptiness, the hollowness of a soul lost to chaos. The man he had once known was gone, replaced by a puppet of the warp. "Give in, Kethar," Valdrak taunted, his voice raspy and filled with malice. "You know it's too late. The Emperor has abandoned us. We are the future. We are chaos." But Kethar's heart remained steadfast. "I will die before I let chaos take me," he spat, delivering a vicious strike that sent Valdrak stumbling back. The traitor lord grinned, his teeth twisted in a grotesque mockery of a smile. "Then die, Kethar. Die and become one with the warp." But as Valdrak lunged forward for the killing blow, Kethar's squad intervened. Together, they brought the traitor to the ground, his screams echoing through the ruined fortress. As the life drained from Valdrak's eyes, Kethar felt a sense of relief, but it was fleeting. The battle was not over, and the threat of chaos still loomed large. In the aftermath of the battle, Kethar's squad stood victorious, but the cost had been high. The fortress was in ruins, and the corruption of chaos had spread far and wide. The surviving soldiers, once strong and resolute, now carried the scars of the war, both physical and mental. Kethar, though victorious, knew that the war was far from over. Chaos was a force that would never relent, and the Imperium's fight against it would continue. But as long as warriors like Kethar remained, the light of the Emperor would never fade. As he looked over the battlefield, Kethar knew that the future was uncertain, but one thing was clear: the Imperium would stand, no matter the cost. The fight against chaos would never end, but Kethar and his squad would keep fighting as long as they had breath in their lungs.